All right. What's happening, people? How are you guys doing? I hope everybody's keeping well. I want to make this quick video. I'm going to do it on the live. I've got a short uploading as well. It's just stupid how long sometimes they take on uploading videos. YouTube is still uploading it, so I'm not even bothered. It's a short, I think it's about 40-second, but it didn't upload, so I'm not that bothered. It's still uploading, doing whatever. What I want to talk about today is what to expect, because one question that was asked to me yesterday, and it was actually asked to me 5 times, unbelievable, same question, right? So number one, there was brother Kuram who asked me this question. He said, can you do something where you can tell us if we go a specific price, how high we can go, and if we do go that high, then what's the low, right? Which is a very, very awkward type of a question, but I feel that I can answer it. So this whole video is going to have the first segment. We're going to do some, we're going to talk about the chart, and then right at the end, we're going to bring this chart back in, and we're going to do this hypothetical analysis. It's going to be quite a short one. It's not going to be a long live stream or whatever. We're going to try and do this as soon as possible. So number one, what we're talking about, let's go into this, right, and let's start moving to this. So technical analysis, what you can see is this 200-day moving average. Don't panic if we drop below this. This is absolutely fine. There's no harm in this right now. Remember, we always said, like, this actually makes me more happy seeing this, because when we were shooting up like this is dangerous. This is very dangerous. So now that we've done, we went up like this, which was dangerous, then we done this correction, which is fine. And if we can correct up to this line and then move forward, this is perfect for us, right? All we have to make sure is every low that we have is higher than the previous low. So in the future, like now, if we have our low up to here, we're fine. Right up to this line, we're absolutely fine. So please do understand this. And we talked about the $42,000. Forget about those. We're not here to give the prices. Just basically understand the pattern that we need. And with this pattern is very healthy. So if we end up seeing a few more days of red, absolutely fine. Provided we can stay above this particular level, this particular line here, we are fine. This trend line here that I've talked about many times, right? This particular where the triangle is, the top of the triangle. As long as we can stay above this, we're fine. Okay, so that's what it is. And obviously we've said, like, how low is it possible? Well, when we have the worst case scenario, and if we drop below this higher low here, right, or this particular low here, we can come all the way down to here. And remember what I was talking about, how we've created these brand new support zones. So what we mean by support zones is very simple, right? These areas here where we got resisted here has become our new support zone, because when we broke it, we created a support. So this is the kind of stuff you need to look for. Also, when you're looking, we've got multiple support zones here. We've got another support zone formed here. All right, you can see this. And funnily, we also have a lovely little support zone here. So we can see these areas, and actually they kind of coincide with our Fibonacci 618. So you've got the best case scenario is coming to here. If we break this, I mean, this is like not even a scenario, this is just short term, but if we do come to here, that's okay, there's not a problem. That's the 42,615 currently, coincidentally again on the fib line. And then if you look at this, you can see basically the 618. Okay, so those are the kind of stuff we're looking at, but none of this kind of matters right now, because we need this pattern to kind of calm down a little bit, blow off a little bit of steam, then carry on again, right? So this is absolutely fine. But the biggest question I think a lot of people in the short term want to understand, and the short that I made is going to be published very soon, hopefully when it finishes uploading, is this is a beautiful, this is a daily chart, right? So we're looking at the daily. We know yesterday we went to the 1.94 or 95 trillion dollars. Forget all of those, look at this, and this is where you can understand sometimes. If you look at this on 90 days, 7 days, and look at the current price, that's all you have to do, right? And what you work out is over the past 7 days, so this is on a weekly, this is how much we pumped. So we're up 15% on the weekly. We might be down 4% on a daily. I'm not bothered about that. On the weekly, I'm still up. So if this is the case that we did in 1 week, and if we look at this 90-day difference, we're actually not far off. So what I said was on the short, I said, if you take this number, and then you look at this and take this scenario and say, well, what can we possibly do next week? Well, we got one of two scenarios. One scenario is we can drop this 15%. So we can drop 15% in the whole, in the price, current price, right? So we look at the current price and we say we can drop 15%, which will take us to, and we can do a maths on that if you want as well. Let me get a calculator out. This is going to be insane. Let's do this, right? So current price 44,356 minus, what was it? 15.49%. Boom. So that could take us to the $37,485,000 level, right? So we know that we could drop this a whole weekly and go down. That's the worst case scenario. Look at the best case scenario, and I'm going to move you over to the thing. So the best case scenario is we can do the complete opposite, and we can plus, right? So we can plus 12.57%, right? So we can plus 12.5%, and that takes us to the $49,931 level. I'm using the calculator on my phone, so you couldn't see this, right? But if we come back here and we look at this and we see what this is showing us, well, this is pretty close to the 49, number one. And if we look at the lower figure that we saw, the 37, well, look, the Fibonacci is sitting at the 37. So this is actually kind of coinciding. It's showing everything is kind of accurate with this. So if we drop 15% in a week, we're going to go down to the 37K. If we go up, we go close to the 50K. This is brilliant. This has more likelihood of being happening next week. So we might see a little drop. This is absolutely fine. People are just taking profit. But look how close we are. That makes me, looks like, you know, if this was like 50%, then it's a struggle. We've got a long way to go. But right now, when I'm looking at this and when I'm looking at this, I'm like, wow, we did this. This is nothing. This can be done. If this can be done, then this can be done. This is easier, right? 15 and 12, easier. So a very basic way of actually noticing certain things. Don't panic about these dailies. Look at these longer time frames and like, okay, that's what we've done. That's possible. Right? For example, Ethereum is going to struggle a little bit because that's what Ethereum's done, and this is where Ethereum is. So Ethereum might struggle, but BTC, I don't see a struggle there. You know, I don't see Binance, you know, being similar to BTC because it will also struggle, because if you can see, it's got 37% more to recover. Right? And of course, it's changed a little bit because this is only 90 days. It doesn't show the total from the high, but it's beautiful looking at this, right? This is weekly, 7 days. So imagine we add another 12% to this 7 days, right? And obviously next 7 days is going to show that, and we'll see this. Beautiful, beautiful. This is one way of looking at things, right? Look at it in a very beautiful way. Also, I was looking at the dominance and I saw the dominance kind of drop, which actually signals the altcoins may start pumping. And we have seen altcoins, you know, kind of move yesterday. And of course, if all the altcoins move, then a lot of people are going to take profits. And this is what we had. Right, so yesterday it was all green. Remember, the whole market green because BTC was up, and today BTC is down and everybody suffered. Very simple. This is one of the reasons why it's the leader, right? Market leader. But good news is I was looking at this, the fear and greed index. Yesterday was 70, today is 70, right? It's been 70, which is really, really good. So that means the market is not really doing anything bearish. It's still acting very, very bullish. So that was that. Now let's move into this chart and let's move into the second part of the segment, because I don't want to spend too much time on this as it's not 100%. So whatever you're about to see now, guys, is a pure hypothetical. Please do understand this is not facts. Okay, these are going to be numbers based. I have done something very similar previously. There is a video out there. I forgot what I called it, but the video's there. But this is going to be very hypothetical. So let's see how we can basically work this one out. Okay, let's have a look at this. So what we're looking here is where this is from 2013. So this is on, what's it, Bitfinex, right? So we're looking at the Bitfinex one. All right, so let's have a look at this hypothetical scenario. So we take the high, we take the low, and we have a fib line here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a line on the top fib lines, right? Now, what we expect is in the future, right, for us to be at this particular price, we expect this is going to be our price. So let's zoom into this so I can take you slowly and show you what we're looking at, right? So we expected this particular dump, right, to give us in the future, sorry, from here, this price in the future to give us the $446. And we've obviously exceeded that. That's fine, right? And when we see a drop, we say, okay, what's the lowest drop we can have, right? So again, what we do things like we go up once and we go down twice, right? So that's what we're going to do. This is kind of insane what I'm about to do, right? So let's do this. So let's take the high and the low. So we take the high and the low and we say, okay, actually, no, my bad. Sorry, I put it on the wrong place. High and the low is here, right? We take the high and the low. So this was the low, and this is the high. We take that and we say that's the price we can be in. It doesn't matter. It's always going to be the same price. Then what we do is something quite different. We say, okay, we've come, if we are to drop from here to here, what's the price going to be? So we take the opposite and we say, what's the price going to be for the lowest, right? So now so first we did the high up, now we're doing down, and we say, well, we know this can be our future low. That's the lowest we can go, right? Based on where we were. So we're taking this high and we're saying this is the low we can be. So what we do, we take another line, and I'm going to color this differently. So we'll put a line here and we say, well, this is what we were expecting, right? And we change the color for this one, so you can understand what's going on. So you have a white line and a red line, right? And I'm going to do this continuously so you understand what's going on. So we go up and we go down. So next one we do, we go from here to here, right? We go from here to here. My bad. Go from here to here, sorry, my bad, because we want to see how high we can go. So here we can see that we went this high, right? So we're going to change the color to white. So I'm going to continuously do this white, get rid of this, and now we're looking for the low. So we take the market low and we do this and we say, well, how low can we go, right? We're trying to find the lows. Again, this is my bad. Find the lows, guys. We're trying to find the lows, right? Yes, hold on. I'm doing this live. You can see any mistakes or anything I make. So obviously I'm trying to rapid fire. I'm not doing it exactly as I should. Right, let me do this my way actually. Do this one. It's easier for me if I do this channel, right? Because that's what I'm missing. Channels. I should be doing it this way. That's it, right? I should be doing it this way. And every single time, because it's easier for me to actually do it the way I do it, because I'm trying to show it in the video and I'm just messing it up, right? Just give me a second. As you can see, any mess I make, guys, you're seeing it live on the actual video. This is live. There's no cuts or anything here, right? We're not going to do any of that business, right? We're going to use every single peak. Doesn't matter what it is. We're not looking for seasons here. We're not looking for cycles here. We're just looking for peaks, right? And then what we're going to do, we're going to start implementing certain things on those peaks. All right, there's a funny way of doing this, right? So first of all, obviously we can see that we've got our highs, we've got our lows, we've got everything, right? So we use this method and we say, okay, fine. Now, I'm not going to do the thing. Let me just do it quickly, right? It's easier for me to, because it's almost the same, right? If we use this level here, change the color. I want to show you something. All right, we can take this and change the color. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip it, change things around a little bit so you understand exactly what's going on, right? This actually becomes really, really insane, what you're about to see. Right, so we leave these there. So we've got a few lines here. Here's the top lines, by the way. Got the top line. So what we expect, right? We always expect the market to do something higher, right? So these are white lines, our expectation lines, right? So easier. So what we're doing, we're trying to basically use, right? And let me clear these other nonsense out now so you understand what's going on. So what we're trying to do, all right, let's get rid of these. Sorry, I haven't got much time, that's why, because I've got an interview that I need to take, and I know the guy's going to call me, and so I've got the phone on silent, but let's do this anyway. So what we can see is we expected to have these prices at some point in the future, okay? It doesn't matter if we had it or not, so we didn't hit the top, right? We always look and we didn't hit that top. We didn't hit that top. That's what we're looking for, right? And we say, okay, if we didn't hit that top, then we can expect to see the tops in the future. So whenever we're expecting these higher levels, we can expect them in the future, right? And it's fine. We do go beyond those levels. When we expect the lows, we say, okay, what's going to happen if this was the scenario and this is the low for this one? Right? Can we come back to this? And what we're doing, we're using the Fibonacci and a 50% level of the Fibonacci to do this calculation. And we say, okay, can we come back down here? Right? If we use those calculations, right? And we do, funnily, every time we do this. So what you're looking at is very simple, actually. So you take the Fibonacci, right? Say, for example, we took the Fibonacci here, and we're looking at this. We're looking at this 618 level. So the 1618 is our target, which if we don't meet, that's fine. The 618 level is what we expect the market to be low as in the future, right? And then we hit those lines. So it seems like we always come back to these levels. And when we do certain maths, right? And I did a lot of maths on this, right? When we see these drops, right? What we're looking at is these kind of levels. So 70, 80% level drops, right? Which is okay, even more actually in some cases. we keep that in mind and we say, okay, let's go to the future and let's start changing things around a little bit, right? So now what we're going to do is change things around a little bit. So we're going to say we want to do predictions, but we want to base it on the logarithmic, Bitcoin logarithmic. So let's do it based on this. It's going to be easier for us to actually work on this. So give me a second when it decides to come. Anybody home? Oh, bro, it's not easy doing it live, I'll tell you that. And then the thing freezes on me. Look at this, it's just frozen, complete frozen, bros. I hate this. How much do I hate this? Oh my days. It's the second time it's been happening. Yesterday it happened as well. And you know what? You won't believe this, right? It's not the CPU. If you look carefully, I'm only using 12% CPU. It's not the CPU. It's not the bandwidth. It's nothing. I have no idea. My internet is all super solid. I have no idea. I think TradingView is having some issues since they recently updated. Okay, I'm going to try and show it in another way. Give me a second. Let me try and show it on this chart. Right, let's go into this chart. This chart wouldn't show you the entire history, sadly, but it's good enough, right? Let's use this. It's good enough. Like, let me get rid of all of this. Let me deactivate some of this stuff because we don't need any of this stuff, guys. Right, and let me see if they have a log chart. If they do, guys, then that would be really, really awesome if they had a log chart. Let me see if this one has a Bitcoin log chart. Nope, they don't have it. So there's no point even looking at this. They don't have it. But what I am going to do is still going to show you what we're seeing. So give me a second. Right, let's activate this and let's do this properly. So what we're trying to do, come on, guys. No, I need it to be auto. What's wrong with you? Yes, auto fits data to screen. Thank you. Sorry, this is one of the reasons why I don't use these stupid charts sometimes, because they can mess you up a little bit. Right, so we've got enough data here. My God, this is crazy. Now I know why this is. Seriously? Is this jammed as well? I have no idea. Guys, if this doesn't work, I'm gonna basically, honestly, just leave this and forget about it. Let's have a look and see how what is this doing? Sorry guys, I'm just trying to figure this out. Why the hell is it doing what it's doing? Did I just set it up wrong? Okay, no, we're fine. Okay, this is good enough. By the way, guys, this is good enough. I'm sure this is because it's new, but this is good enough, right? We can do this. We can do this. All right, I'm happy with this. We can do this. This we can use. Right, let's use this and let's try and predict what the future price would be. And what we're going to do, we're going to do it very, very simple, right? We're going to use a Fibonacci tool. We're going to use this tool here, right? So let's just use this one tool here to do all of this maths. We take the highest point currently and we take the lowest point. What? Guys, do you see this? How insane is this? Okay, this is I'm not sure what the hell is going on. Why have I got GAN? My days. Okay, let's hope this works. Yes, finally. You can see the hell we have sometimes. Right, okay, let's do this. And it went. Why? Okay, well, I don't know what's going on. This is, as you can see, guys, this is live and it's just bugging out. Stop. Okay, this is bugging out. Let's see if this is back. This is bugged out. All right, let's try and use this one. Hold on, let's try and use this one. Let's try and find another chart here. Just, wow, okay. Guys, I have no idea what's going on. I know you can use, you're seeing this. If you're seeing this stream, you know my internet's not a problem. But I just don't have a clue what the hell is going on. Let me try another one. This is insane. So I think it doesn't want you to see. Let's try this website here. This is insane. Let's go to this chart here. I don't need a tour, mate. Just give me what I want. Just in BTC USD. That's good enough. Right, let's do this. Okay. Right, let's do this, guys. All right, this is insane, insane, insane. Let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. Right, so we can use this data. Fine, let's use this. I don't know if you can see this properly, but let's use this. Now I got to find the indicator that I want, not the indicator. I want to find the tool. I don't use this. I have seen this before, drawing tool. I can... Right, let's use it. I hope this kind of on. See what I mean? Some of these are just painful. So I'm trying everything, guys, to get this. Oh, yes, got it. That should work. All right. Yes, 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 we got it. We got it. Right, let's do this, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to use this particular indicator. Also try and change the setting a little bit. Why do we have background? We don't need background. Yeah, we don't need the background. Right, let's get out of this. Okay, so we're going to use these as basically our levels to say, okay, where can we go? What can we do? Right, so we can see based on where we are now, we've got this Fibonacci level. Now, sorry, everything kind of rush, never rush a video. Never rush a video. Right, let's, oh, okay, someone's dealt with that. That's fine, right? Let's do this. Also, what I'm looking for is a measurement tool. So where would I find the measurement tool? Let's have a look. Yeah, let's use this. It should be good enough, right? Let's use this. Right, let's use a measurement tool. So what we want to do is we want to make an assumption. It's like based on previous history, we can see that we've had 70, 80, 90% dumps, right? So we assume that over time, these dumps get less and less and less. So what we do, we say, okay, we take a average. So we've had 95%, 90%, we've had 80%, right? So if we take an average and we say, okay, whatever the average would like 70, 60%. For us, we're going to use this particular level here, this Fibonacci level. So we say we're assuming we're going to go down, right, approximately, right, 90% here, right? Just say 90%, or even actually we can be even more friendly and say, okay, do you know what? Forget 90%. Let's try and do. I hate these guys. I don't know what's going on. My chart seems to be ghosted and bugged or something. I don't know what the hell is going on. So I'm going to bin this. I have no idea what's going on. Right, let's do this. Right, sorry. So let's be more friendly and let's do here. And we say, okay, we're going to do this, which is approximately 82%. Is that good enough? Right, let's do 82%. And let's continue with this 82%. And let's hope this damn thing doesn't bug out on me every time I'm trying to do something. Oh my days. All right, guys, this is insane. I have no idea what the hell is going on here. Guys, this is messed up. This is messed up. This is jammed. This doesn't want to work. I'm sure the same is going to happen when I do this. Yeah, same here. We're bugged. We're bugged. We are absolutely bugged. Wow. Right, let's try something else then. I'm sure this one's going to work. Seeing this live, you're seeing this live. This is no joke. This is happening right now as we speak. This is insane, insane, insane. Let's try and see if I can do it here. Bro, they don't want you to see this. You see what I mean? They don't want you to see this because this is some insane stuff that nobody wants you to see, especially regarding the future. So let's try this again. Give me a second. Use this, right? Let's do this again. Once again. Right, let's use this. Right, so what we're doing here is, and let me try and get these labels on the right, and then labels right, okay, fine. That way we can basically see what's going on here, right? All we're doing, right, so there's a small mathematics we're doing here. We're saying, okay, we're going to take this measurement tool. I'm going to, based on where we were, we see 80-90% dumps. We'll use this, right? So let's use this 81%. It's just better. So this would be the worst case scenario. If we went to 100K, the worst case scenario will come back to 20K, right? But as we progress, things change, right? And what that means is basically we start using our Fibonacci's, right? And you can see based on the Fibonacci's, I don't even have to draw the lines here. You can see that as we progress, right? So the next Fibonacci level would be this. So if I was to put a Fibonacci here for you, use this, for example, use a Fibonacci here, and then go to that low point that we calculated and do these steps, right? So we're just basically stepping on this. We're saying, okay, let's do these little steps and say, right, if we were here, then how low can we go? And we're using the same metrics as every other time. We're using that 0236 level as our bottom, right? And we can see that each price gives us a higher price. So for example, you know, if we ended up going to $526,000, right? Not there, not sorry, my bad. $226,000, 226. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna do this video again. By the way, I'm gonna do it better because I have no idea what's going on, and I'm not gonna even bother checking the thing because this was just insane what we just saw there. I've never seen anything quite like it. Let me have another look at this. 1 second. Have another look at this because this I've never seen anything like it, where basically my whole thing just bugged out. And it just won't work anymore. I've never seen anything quite like it, guys. Never ever seen anything quite like it. Let me see what's going on. Let me change some windows for you and see if we can bring this here. Oh no. Yeah, it just doesn't want to work. This is insane. I've never seen anything quite like it. Try this. Done. Never seen anything like this. This is the second time this has happened to me. Second time this has been happening to me. So I have no idea what's going on, guys. I honestly, absolutely no idea what the hell is going on and why it's doing what it's doing. Especially on a live stream. I've never seen anything like it. This is the second time. I really want to bring that chart and show it to you. Let me try and see if I can open another tab and see if I can show you there. It will be awesome to see it on that chart. Or any chart, as a matter of fact. In fact, let me open up the index chart. I know that one never fails me. Let's use that one and see what happens on that one. So I really want to show you before I sign off today. Sorry about the thing, but as you can see, non-scripted, non-edited, no nonsense, straight to the point. Just going to give you some facts, nothing more. All right, and make sure that you all see. So I've opened a brand new window. Let's see if that brand new window works. How do I do this? Right. Let me see if I can get you. See if I can get you. In a second. Right, new window. You see? I don't know if you can see this particular window. Let me know if you can see this window. What we're gonna do, we're gonna delete everything here. And I hope I haven't put my autosave on. Great, autosave is not on. Delete everything so you can see it on this chart. Let's do it on this chart, guys. This is going to be insane. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for being with me, because if you weren't, then we wouldn't be able to show you this. So this is what I'm saying. Like, look, watch this. Let's hope it doesn't bug out on me. All right, let's do this. Right, so we take these points. All right, and we say, right, highs and lows. Let's start calculating. Awesome. Thank you very much. Right, we take these points, right? So we're looking at these points, and what we want to do is we want to start stacking these points. So we take the next high here, and we assume we're going to have a low up to this level here. So this would be our lowest point, right? So when we start looking, these are just hypothetical, by the way, guys. Actually, we can even do it even better if we do a line chart. Give me a second. Let's do a line chart, because that way we won't actually be confused by the wicks, and we can use the factual data to do this. So we can see that the low point for us would be, that worst case scenario would be this 18,900. So let's use this and let's get it closer. Right, here we are. This is good enough for us. This is good enough. Right, and then what we start doing, we start stacking, right? We start stacking every time from these 1618 to these low points. So we're saying we're giving the market an 80% dump area. We're saying dump 80%. It's absolutely fine by us. right? But at the same time, we're also focusing on the future, and we're building our own model based on that. And we're saying, right, what's the worst and what's the best case scenario we can have each round? And when we do this, right, what are the potentials, right? So if we're looking, so ignore the dates, we're not going to even see a date, but this is how we would normally stack the future, right? So we're just stacking and we're seeing where we go. And what you end up seeing is this curve here. So we're just put a line here. We end up seeing this one little curve forming here. So we've got this curve, and every time we go up to a certain level, say for example we go to 100k, the worst case scenario we're expecting is an 80% dump, which is not possible, by the way. So remember, this is hypothetical, right? The worst case scenario is an 80% dump. We come back to 18k. You know, as we progress, say for example we go to 152, the worst case scenario would be the 38k. If we go to 225, the worst scenario would be the 65k, right? But if you look carefully, as you can see, we're stacking and building and stepping up, right? So if we go to 330k, for example, our worst case scenario would be 100k, right? So you see how the model is constantly changing. If we go to 474k, the worst case scenario would be this 159. So we're expecting this massive, almost close to 80% dump, and we're saying that 159k, that's what we get. If we hit this Fibonacci 1618, which is the $678,000 level, all right, let me make it larger for you. If we hit this $678,000 level, the worst scenario would be 237. So basically, you can almost say 1/3 of whatever the high is, right? We can almost say 1/3 of whatever the high is. But now it's the best part about all of this. So obviously, we're trying to follow the worst case scenario, right? And we're not using logarithmic or anything. I mean, we can use the log here, but I know the log is what's been bugging the system out, so I'm not going to even bother with the log. But just by assuming this, seeing this specific pattern, there's one hidden fact there that I'm more bullish about. So, you know, we talk about the worst case scenario. We always talk about the worst case scenario. So let me show you. Now we're going to use some facts for this as well, right? So let's use some facts. So we've done the hypothetical one, and we want to use some facts on this particular one now. And remember, we had this high. We know we had this high, and we know we had this low, right? And the fact that we have on this, and let me just draw it here for you, right? The fact that we had here was that it was telling us, right, the low we should have had was 200, sorry, let me show you. The low that we should have had was 5,000. So we can see based on this one fact that the low should have been this level here. But did we have it? Technically we did, but we dropped slightly below. That's when we went bearish, and then we came back again and we supported this specific line. Look carefully, this is the exact line. I mean, I can put a line on it just to show you. So we know this hypothetical method actually does work, right? So we can have these kind of events, which is absolutely normal. And if I actually, let me just show you, because I think I can activate it here. Let me see if I can. I hope it doesn't bug out on me, please guys. Bitcoin log. If it doesn't bug out, I'm sure we can see it. Come on, don't bug out. Okay, it didn't bug out. All right, it didn't bug out. So happy. Right, so you can see we can have these situations where we might drop, but it's actually absolutely fine. This was more of a black swan event, but it did bring it back to this level that we wanted to respect at some point in the future. So this is how we know where we need to be. And also you can see that we were expecting a $33,000 level crypto at one point back in 2017. We didn't. We went to 20k and we got rejected. Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. You know what the funniest thing about this is? If this bull run didn't end on this specific date, look at this, and I'll show you what I mean. If we went more sideways, we would have actually hit that level, right, in October 2018. If this bull run continued until October 2018, we would have actually hit that level, right? This is how beautiful it becomes sometimes, right? You actually end up seeing these kind of levels. And obviously, you know, if we go back even more and let this thing load up, I don't know what the hell is going on. Honestly, guys, I have no idea. Let's use this method here and let's go to the low point. We need to find a low. So let's use, this is, sadly, I have to use this low here. So let's use this low here and let's use this area here. And this is the 2013, and here you can see that the 1618 was flashing $2,085 level, you know, and at some point we did come to that level, but if we prolong this until, where is it, August 2014, we would have hit that number. We would have hit that number. So all of these numbers are valid. Actually, you can even take a screenshot of this because these numbers will hit, right? And it's quite funny how these numbers, I didn't even activate the logarithmic chart, but look at this. Log chart says that around March 2021, we should have hit that level. Okay, we didn't. It's saying that around February 2022, we should hit that level. We obviously we haven't seen that, but these lines are there. And you can use this to see, and if you then start taking, I just did this in front of you. So if you start then taking the method that I've talked about, where you take that 026 level, right, and you say, well, this is the 062 level on this particular area. Well, we did peak slightly below this. If you take another 26 level, that puts you around this line. So you can see we always kind of come back to this line. Doesn't matter where it is, we always come back to this line. And this would be our bottom of the range. This is why I've calculated it that way. Even with the log chart, you can see this, right? So current log charts obviously won't show you 100%, but these lines will be respected. And as we go up, just use this same method and you can actually have a basic understanding of where we can be. Now, I was going to talk about one other thing and I kind of went off subject. The most beautiful thing about all of this is this Fibonacci levels. Provided we are in a bull market, we should expect the Fibonacci levels to be respected, right? We should expect the Fibonacci levels to be respected. So what we mean by that, if we come below the Fibonacci, we're in a bear market. If we stay above the Fibonacci, doesn't matter where we go. So we end up having another cycle and we go and then we come back here. As long as we stay above the Fibonacci level, the 1618 level, which is also the middle line here, as long as we stay above this, it still continues, right? But if we drop below this line, then we know we're in a bear market. So this also gives us this beautiful signal to tell us where the bear markets are and where the bull markets are. So we know we had a slight bearish market here. So the bear market for us, we had a from May to currently just we're finding resistance on this level, right? We know that we had a slight bearish scenario. This was bearish and it was technically a mini micro bear market, and it still is as long as we're below this 1618. We're using previous data to say this is what's going on. So in the future, when we do go to that level, provided we stay above this median line, we're fine. And if we fall below, we're in the bear market. You know, this is how this will show every single time. So it doesn't matter what price range you can see. But this is like the worst case scenario, guys. Worst case scenario. Normally, on the traditional stock market, it would normally be around the 0.5 level. But because we're crypto and we're a lot more volatile than most people, most industries, we expect the worst of the worst and we expect the best of the best, right? So I hope this kind of helps. Without, you know, we had some glitches, we fixed the glitches, but just look at this. It's just beautiful. It is just beautiful, and you can do this all day long and just see how awesome the charts look and what the prices become. So if we take another 1618 and if we take this worst case scenario, my God, look at this. It just keeps on growing, you know, and we can continuously do this. Like every time we're doing, we're kind of going up a certain amount, but coming down 80%. And we just keep on doing this. It's just so beautiful to see where we could possibly be. I mean, as you can see this already, if we did what we're doing right now, and if we follow 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, so if we do 8 Fibonacci's, right, then that takes us to the just over $1 million basically per coin. So I'm not hyping anything here, guys, by the way, and this is a long time away. As you can see, it doesn't even map it. This is probably 10 years from now, but you know, if we follow these Fibonacci's, we are going to get there at some stage. I'll tell you this, it's definitely possible. But as you can see, each time we go, the worst case scenarios, right, are, you know, also coming up. So the lows that we could expect are coming up as well. So in the future, at some point, the worst case scenario, you know, when Bitcoin goes rock bottom, hits the floor, we're looking at $48,000. So anybody who's bought BTC today, you know that in the future, 10 years time, that you're still in profit, you know. So this is why we always say, like, anybody who's investing money in crypto, Bitcoin especially, I always plan to be in it for at least 5 years, 10 years, the more the merrier, right? So if you can go in for 10 years, it's even better. I've explained to a lot of people that I myself have gone into it for 15 years. So that's a long, long time for me. You know, I want to do 15 years, longer time, because I know the potential of what this could do. And I just want to follow that particular way. You know what I mean? You know. So, bro, are you still here? If you are, was this informative? Was this what you were looking for? But as I said, I will definitely make another video on this one subject once again, and I'll try and explain it. And I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's my browser. Maybe I got to change my browser or something. But I was looking at my CPU usage. I was looking at my internet. Everything was fine. But for some reason it just didn't want to work, so I had to kill the tab and basically do it all over again, and see where it goes from there. You know, I know some of you guys are probably, look, this is insane. Look, now for some reason it's stuck on another tab. What the hell is going on here, guys? This is insane. Okay, I think something's not right with my streaming software or something. I don't know what's going on, but something's not right. Maybe I got to update it or something. But I hope this kind of helps. And while we're at it, let me do one other thing. Give me not this one. Actually, we can use this one. Let's use this one. Let's switch off this nonsense that's been causing us issues, and let's go here and let's bring our bars back, and let's show you our stochastic RSI. So you do know that we talked about this few videos now. We've been talking about it. I've been talking about on a few others as well, this trend line. And I remember what I mentioned about this stochastic RSI on the daily, that it was too high. We are going to peak down exactly as predicted. It is peaking down. Obviously we saw the bearish divergence here, and yeah, we're peaking down. So a few days, not an issue. Until we come back here, then we'll do a rebound. We have to come back down here. We're going to do a rebound, so it's okay. It's just calming down a little bit of steam run out. Some people are looking at the 4 hourly, which is fine. You can do that as well. Remember, right now is a great opportunity to pick up, right? So whenever we're down here is a good time to buy if you're going to be buying. So this is a good opportunity to pick up the dip. On the 4 hourly, if you're trading, and again, if you want to pick up the dip, it's a great time to pick up the dip. However, do expect it to go down a little bit more, because on the 4 hourly, I can see the RSI hasn't really reached the potential bottom yet. We need it to reach the bottom for a perfect buy. So when we have this down and we have this down, we can actually initiate an actual buy, and this would be awesome. On the daily, as I said, like, we're going to expect it to come down a little bit. So let's see what happens. So far, as long as we can come down a little bit, stay above here, and then shoot back up again, we should be okay. Weekly, what are we seeing? Weekly, we still can see we got enough room left for us to grow on the weekly, so we are definitely have enough momentum. As long as the blue line stays above, we're still fine. And on the weekly, we can still see we do have slight bullish momentum here, bullish divergence forming here as well. So that's all showing that we should be okay on the weekly, not an issue at all. Monthly, I told you we need this blue line to flip over. We can expect, as I've mentioned before as well, we can expect this to be prolonged a little bit, maybe month and a half, maybe even 2 months. Good news is that we are not topping out here. So on the monthly, we are kind of high, but not high as we can go, and it's not really in a danger zone, right? It's just kind of on the top of the range, but this is obviously the best time. But then again, we're looking at monthly stuff. You can see that there are times when we've never ever come down below a certain level, right? Below this 50 level, right? You can see 48, right? 48, what is it? 48? Yeah, 45. So we've never come below this 45 level. So as long as we come back down to this 45 level, we'll be fine. And now we're above a little bit. Absolutely fine. Not an issue at all. So I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw, other than the crazy stuff that happened on the thing. This is what live streaming does, unfortunately. Sometimes things can mess up. So I'm hoping everybody was okay with that. You didn't really take that take that to heart. And I hope I'm forgiven on this stream. But you know what? This is awesome. What I see, everything I see is just awesome. You know, looking, as you can see, look at this 50-50, brilliant. So this is what we need to see. This is the kind of stuff we need to see, you know. They're gonna refresh. Yeah, refresh 1.8. As long as we can hold 1.8, guys, we should be okay, because remember the next target for us is actually the 2 trillion dollar level. That's the next target for us, and we were attempting it yesterday until we got rejected, as you all probably know. So other than that, like, share, subscribe, and I hope I'm forgiven on this stream and the previous stream as well, where the audio was messed up, and I have no idea what's going on, because my audio setting and everything was absolutely fine. I have no idea what's going on. YouTube has been taking hours to upload a 40-second video. Hours for a 40-second video. So you can imagine, I have no idea what's going on. I guess they don't like me. So unless you guys smash that like button, share and subscribe, YouTube won't know if you like me or not. So tell YouTube you like me and hit that like button. I'll see you in another video very soon. Adios, my amigos.